Hello again YouTube, it's Beef here. Just going through what I've been doing on my hobby update. It's been really quiet because I've been busy with work. Still working on the goblins, you can see. Seems like I'm dragging them out, so I'm not doing an awful lot of work on them in between it, so it's not the case of it's just boring me. It's more a case of finding time to fit it in. So I'm trying to do a couple of hours a night now, or whenever I can squeeze it in. So what I've managed to do on them is finish off all the base layers. Give them a wash of Agrasso shade as well to darken them down before I highlight them. Magnetised all their bases and started making the movement trays as well. I haven't put the edges on them yet, but I've magnetised them, and there you go, because they're plastic, they hold even if they go upside down, which is nice. Dug out all the fanatics that I need for the units as well, so there's 3 in each. I can't remember if I need 3 actually, I haven't looked at my list, but I dug out 3 for each anyway, and there's a couple spare. I've got loads of fanatics everywhere. It's fantastically fanatic. Tried to have a game recently as well, so that's another thing we did the other day, myself and Disco. We were playing just a standard battle line. I think we were using some form of comp, I can't remember. It was Dwarves versus Bretonians. I had a bit of a rage halfway through it. It was just one of the most boring games I've played in my entire life. Nothing to do with Adam, it's just the way that this plays out, basically. Bretonians are like reverse dwarves, and dwarves are dwarves, so it was quite dull. They were on me after turn 1, and my shooting did nothing, so it just means that it was a win for him. It wouldn't have been very good to watch. But it did emphasise that I'm getting a little bit burnt out with playing normal basic Warhammer, or tournament Warhammer especially, where there's very little difference in the builds people build. It's always the same kind of things you see every time, the most effective stuff, and it's always the new monstrous card which is tending to dictate what the game looks like now. So it's all cavalry and monstrous cavalry, and I'm really starting to get a bit bored with it. So it gives me 2 options. I can either give up the game completely, which is what I felt when I finished the game against Adam, Disco, sorry, or I can try and do some more fluffy gaming, narrative gaming, campaign things, that kind of thing, rather than the usual rank it up, smash it into your opponent, and then watch all the monstrous cavalry do all the work. Or in the Bretonians' case, they're lancers, which are effectively the same thing. It's just it's all about Death Stars and how they pair up against your opponent's Death Stars. If they haven't got an answer, you win. If they have got an answer, they win. It's a little bit tedious. There's no manoeuvring really. It's, can I put stuff in the way of his big blocks, stop and get him into me in time, so I can choose where I go with mine. It's a bit tedious, I find, at the moment. I think I'm not enjoying it, and it seems that every new army list that's coming out is getting the same thing. Hey, here's your big kit, here's your monstrous cavalry, which you have to have in your army. I might be a bit overreacting a little bit, I gotta be honest, but it's just the way I feel at the moment. So what I want is some ideas. I mean, I don't want to give it up. I enjoy the fluff, except when Games Workshop decide to change it for no good reason and make it worse. But I enjoy the actual world of Warhammer. I enjoy everything about it, up until this point. So I need some ideas for decent campaigns, ideas for scenarios, things that can freshen it up for me really and make it a bit more interesting. I don't play tournaments, so I rarely play tournaments, I should say. Occasionally, if they're near enough, I might consider it, but I don't really do that. So it's the world's your oyster. If you've got any ideas for it, I'd love it. I'd quite enjoy to see what would happen. Trying to say but anything really, down to even challenges for modelling, painting, whatever. Because that side of it hasn't changed for me. It's exactly the same. But anything you can suggest for a good idea. I was thinking a little while ago, I don't know if anyone's interested in messaging me and talking about it, of running a campaign online where the games are reflected, and I have no idea how the rules would work, but where everyone online that either is subscribed to me or wants to subscribe to me and join in, then all the games that we play and we post videos about can be interlinked. I think that was quite a good idea, because I don't have a large player base of people I play. It's basically the same couple of people I play regularly, and that could be part of the reason why why it's getting a little bit dull, where if I'm watching how the actual results pan out, I can get a bit of interest from that. So just trying to freshen up my hobby really. I mean, I don't want to give it up. I invested too much money in it for that, to be honest, but I want to make it a little bit more enjoyable than it is currently, that's all. So any help with that would be very much appreciated. And comments for something else I'm struggling with, and that is how to do the edging on my movement trays. I'm not sure what kind of idea to go with. I was thinking mountainside, kind of rocky outcrops where the night goblins come from, their caverns, or foresty to interlink them with my spider rider kind of goblins and savage orcs, or I don't know really. I'm just thinking it by myself, and any suggestions would be useful for that as well. So I'm enjoying some of the comments we're getting as well. It's been nice to see people responding to things when I asked them. In particular, Rubicon, he's kind enough to have gone into great detail about how to build the chariots he built recently. So I told him once I finished doing what I need to do painting wise, I'm going to have a go and show my video of how I get on with that. And I haven't forgotten about the giveaway, don't worry, that's not going to go away. I'm not going to suddenly quit on you and do that. I mean, even if I just do videos about painting, I will carry on doing it anyway. If my gaming side suffers, so be it. But I've been enjoying a few board games lately, so I might just give Warhammer a little rest gaming-wise anyway for a little while. And just play board games and have fun doing that way. Because I had a nice game the other night with Disco and his other half. We all got a bit drunk and played a load of board games. We played Small World and Castle Panic, Cards Against Humanity, Zombie Dice, quite a few different games. It was a good night actually, so it pointed out that there's other options out there apart from Games Workshop. So if you can suggest any other good board games, that'd be good as well. So any ideas as regards that, I'm always open to. The main ones that we've obviously played, but I'm looking at ones that possibly aren't very big and not very well advertised. That are really good, as well. That's cool. But it's a bit of a ramble today, not a lot done. But thank you for listening to me, and hopefully you've enjoyed what I had to do. If you want to know how I did the trays, it's quite easy. It's just plastic card with a product called what's it called? Rubber steel, I think it's called. Something like that anyway, but it's got the properties of metal, so it allows magnets to stick to it, but it's really thin and it's got a back into it which is sticky. So you can just apply it to any flat surface and it stays on it, and it acts as metal would, so it magnetises your movement trays for you, or makes that side of it, rather than having to cut out sheet steel or whatever, which is a little bit of a pain. So it's quite a nice option. And then I've got strips of magnet to stick to the bottom of my bases at the two sizes, so 25mm or 20mm, which is always cool. So if you want to know how I do anything as regards my army or where I'm going with it, again, you know what to do. And I'll speak to you soon with a new update, and hopefully a different kind of battle report.